no way was I or am I a bug abuser. I was a scammer. I would take people's money by manipulating them through conversations and situations, but since then I've grown and now I want to focus on preventing people from getting scammed by telling it from an ex-scammer's perspective, and if this video prevents at least one person from getting scammed, it will have not been in vain. Back in 2012, before Old School was released, there was this little known bug that to most people wasn't a big deal, but to a scammer with evil intentions was a big payday. This bug would come into play when someone lets you an item, let's say a party hat. You equip the party hat to your character, and went to your home option in your settings menu. You would click one of the home options and a dialog box would appear. Now, if you left the dialog box open whenever the lending time for your party hat was over, or when the person who lent you the item wanted it back, they would get it back. But the item would still appear on your head until the dialog box was closed. Pretty harmless, right? The lender got his hat back, and you had a hat as long as you kept the dialog box open. What could go wrong? This is where normal people and scammers see completely different. Normal people see an easy RuneScape gain, but I saw something completely different. What if I could make it look like I was giving out Santa hats to people who trusted me? What if I created 20 alternate accounts to make it appear as if I gave away 20 Santa hats? What if I did it in a high populated area such as the Grand Exchange with a high player traffic to attract unsuspecting victims? What if I did it with partners so they acted out the part of the receiver of a free Santa hat? You see, these were all questions that popped up in my head around the time I found out about this bug. Without hesitation, I started up my botting program and began to run accounts through Tutorial Island, giving the accounts names that would appear to be real, so to the naked eye no one would think twice that this was a setup. I ended up equipping all the accounts with some RuneScape gear and even leveled up the combats of a couple of them so it wouldn't appear to be a band of 20 level 3s. My partners brought their max accounts to add some diversity to the mix of the combat levels. We were ready to go. I then took my Santa hat and lent it to each of the alternate accounts and withdrew it so I could put it on the next one. In no time we had a posse of people wearing Santa hats and a crowd of people trading me their banks for a quote-unquote free hat. You see, with my partners selling these wolf tickets to the people saying that I'm legit and showing their own Santa hats to the curious victims, everyone was buying it. I informed these people who wanted the free hat that the hats were limited and they would have to trust trade me 50 mil or so depending on the situation in order to receive the hat. You wouldn't think people would be so willing to hand over such large amounts of cash, but that's just how believable we made it. We were able to get 4 to 6 trades at 50 mil plus before the people even knew that they were being scammed. After we got caught in one world, we would just hop to the next and do the exact same thing. We would log in at different times in the day, which would basically refresh the worlds for us so we could get more victims. This went on for a couple of weeks, earning us around 5 bill RS3, equaling out to a little more than $1,000. We eventually bit off more than we could chew. I ran into a P-mod by the name of Lady Show who had been watching me put the Santa hats onto the alternate accounts. She must have gotten in contact with a J-mod who logged in after most of the accounts had hats on them, but before we tried to scam the group of people around us. I don't recall the J-mod's name, but I do remember the first and only thing he said, which was, "What do we got going on here?" He said it as if he knew about the glitch and he had known about our ill intentions. My partners with max accounts quickly logged out and left me to the mercy of this J-mod. I ended up playing it off by saying I was only testing the bug out. This was the last time I abused this bug, and fearing repercussions, we quickly transferred the gold we made for cash and didn't log in for a while. Things do not always appear as they are. If something seems too good to be true, chances are it probably is too good to be true. There are thousands of different ways people can manipulate you for your hard-earned gold, so do not trade anyone GP you're not willing to lose. Thanks for watching the video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.